Hi guys, welcome back to edition number 2. Now, as you can see, there is still glare in my glasses, and it's now nighttime. It's the lights, it's from the computer screens, and it really sucks. So again, gonna have to take these off. And you know what? I think I look better without them anyways, but I don't know. It made me feel better if I could see what I was doing. So, so in this video, oops, I'm sorry, I dropped something. In this video, I am not going to discuss all of the things I discussed in the last video. If you want to hear those things again, you can just rewatch the first video. So, let's see. This is supposed to be about my day. So let's start with yesterday, because I didn't get to tell you about my day yesterday. And yesterday was really just kind of uneventful. It was a Monday. It was Monday, January 20th. It was Martin Luther King Day. So there was no school. So of course my daughter was with me all day. And she's 6, like I said before, and she's a monster sometimes. Sometimes she decides, oh, I'm going to be a perfect little angel. Sometimes she decides, oh, I'm just going to do my own thing and be a rotten brat to everybody. And that's what she was on Monday, yesterday. She was just really cranky, and, we're trying to get her, ready because we were going to go out for breakfast, which is not something that she gets to do very often, or that I even get to do very often. But we were going to go to Bob Evans for lunch, which, if you don't know what Bob Evans is, it's like a family style restaurant. It's kind of like a country down on the farm kind of feel to it. It's kind of what they're going for. You can go to bobevans.com if you want to kind of see what it's all about, but it's just a family style restaurant. They serve breakfast all day long, but you can also get any of the lunch or dinner items all day long. They've got all kinds of stuff, anything you can think of for breakfast. And they've also got, fried chicken, baked chicken, all different kinds of sandwiches and burgers and different pasta dishes and fish dishes and just all kinds of really awesome stuff. Their soups are awesome. Just funny because by the time we got there, it was about lunchtime. So instead of breakfast, I got cheddar broccoli soup and a baked potato, which the cheddar broccoli soup is just so good. Oh my gosh, like I could have just got, instead of getting like a little cup of it like I got, because I got the combo with the baked potato, so it comes in like a little cup that's like this big. Don't know if you can see that, but it's like this big and about like that deep, so it's not a whole lot of soup. It's only like a few bites really. And I could have got like their whole big bowl, which is like a huge bowl like this, and it's just filled with soup. I mean, I could have probably ate that and just been happy. But I know from personal experience I can't finish the bowl. So, and I don't mind taking it home, but to me it just doesn't taste the same when you heat it up in a microwave. But she was throwing a fit, making it impossible for us to get there for breakfast, and it was just really bad. Like, that's why I'm kind of losing my voice, is because, I've had to raise my voice to even talk to her, and it just, I don't know. She's got sort of a behavioral problem. Hold on one second, my throat's dry. She's got a little behavioral problem, and we're working with her to solve it. My mother heard one of those infomercials about, if you've got a problem child, call here and get this, therapy session with Dr. So-and-so, and I don't know his name, but it's supposed to change the way the parent handles the situation instead of actually dealing with the child so much. So really it just takes the situations and it says, okay, well, if the child does this, then you should respond with this, not this, so it's just a way of like changing the way you think about handling things. Like for example, when she's being mean and hurtful towards people, instead of yelling at her and sending her to timeout and just being like, oh, why are you so bad, the way you should really handle that is when they're being mean and nasty. I mean, you look at them and you say, there's no excuse for abuse. When they're saying hurtful things, that's a form of verbal abuse. And they shouldn't do that to you. And she'll sit there and be like, I hate you, mommy, or you're so mean, I wish I'd go to daddy's house. And those are things that are really hurtful to me, So, I tell her, there's no reason for you to abuse me like that. I don't talk to you like that. You do not talk to me like that. You show me that respect. If they still continue on with that, then you ignore them and you tell them, go to your room. If you can't be nice, you can't be around people, and you tell them to go to their room and let them think it through in their head. And then once they've thought it through and they realize, I really did do wrong, like, I don't want to treat them like that, like, they will, usually come around on their own and everything. And it's been working. Like, it worked really well for a little while when I had her for like about a week and a half, or about a week. Yeah, no, it's almost about like a week or two for winter break. By the end of it, she was perfect, She didn't say hurtful things. She didn't do hurtful things. She was just really nice and really good. She's with him for the other 2 weeks of, it was off for 2 weeks. She was with me for a week and a half, and then the other week and a half she was with him. Like, she came back and she was rotten again. So, like, her dad doesn't care. Like, we told him that he should get a copy of it. Like, we could even, like, let him listen to our copy if he wanted to, and he just chooses not to because he doesn't really care. And it's really sad because, I can tell he doesn't care sometimes. He'll sit there and we'll fight about something, and he'll say, I wish we never would have went to court. And to me, because, see, in the state of Ohio, the mother has all the rights to the child, and the only way the father can even get rights is to go to court. So, which means that if we never went to court, I would be able to dictate when he sees her, when he gets her. I would be able to dictate how much child support he would pay for me, if at all, but I wouldn't be expecting child support because nothing's in the books. Like, child support agency wouldn't be involved at that point. It would all be verbal agreements. And so he took me to court so he could get his parenting rights. So we would have set visitation, like we have it set up to where we actually have joint custody, and he has a set child support, which he doesn't pay, but he has to pay a certain amount every month. And he sits there, and when he tells me, I wish we never would have went to court, to me that tells me I don't want, I wish, I didn't have her around, because then I wouldn't have to deal with you, because that's really what he's getting at, is that he doesn't want to deal with me. And it hurts me that my daughter would have to suffer for him to not be in her life, because I don't know, she loves her father, and he's very manipulative. He's very hurtful towards me. He doesn't treat her like that, but he never took very good care of me when we were living together. And he'd rather be out cheating on me with some girl from work than he would, actually trying to put forth some effort into our relationship, so not only that, I'm not going to get into it because it's really not something I share, but, he hurt me, very much emotionally, he told me that I was ugly, that I was no good, I was worthless, that no man would ever love me ever again. And when you hear that every day for 2 years, you really start to believe it. And so for a while, I've been really just down on myself, and just really not feeling like I could do anything. And I'm going to start crying. Oh my God. So for me, if I was able to dictate when he could see her, after leaving that situation, I would definitely tell him, no, don't come around. She's better off without you. And he has another child with the girl he cheated on me with. And she knows how he treated me, and she told him, like, you're not allowed to be in my daughter's life because I don't want you treating me like you treated Heather, and my daughter doesn't need to be around you. And honestly, that's what I would say to him. Like, my daughter would be better off without him. And it's very obvious in her behavior and the way it changes from being around mommy all the time to being around daddy all the time to a mixture of the two. Like, like, she just can't take it, and I think that's why she has a lot of behavioral issues, because she goes from my house, which is very disciplined, very structured, we have a set time we do things, and she hates it because she goes to bed at like 8:30, and she's got to take a bath at a certain time, and she's got to clean her room, and she's got expectations out of her. She's got to do her homework, stuff like that. And yeah, she's in first grade, she has a little bit of homework. But at Daddy's house, she gets to go there, and it's playtime all the time. you know Sure, she takes a bath, but she doesn't take a bath until 9 o'clock. Then she goes to bed at 10 o'clock, so she stays up later. And, because it's playtime all the time at Daddy's house, and he has no rules and he has no structure, and she doesn't have to clean her room because Daddy will do it, it really irritates me. And I really didn't want this whole video to be about that situation, but, maybe it's best that I get it off my chest now in the early stages. But, so that was that. But she calmed down before I went to work, and she's really sad on Mondays when, because it's one of the only 2 days that I have her for a full day. And so she gets really mad now that I have to work on Monday nights. But it is what it is, and you can't really help that. And I love her. I love that little poop so bad that, it kills me. But then I went to work. Work was great. There's really nothing to report when it comes to work. You're going to have the customers that are just asking for trouble. They're going to complain about everything, even if there's nothing to complain about. And then you'll have the customers that rave about everything, even if it's terrible, which it's hardly ever terrible when I'm there, because I make sure that there's like food on the bar, that everything's clean, stocked, and I'm very friendly. I actually get compliments a lot. Like, a lot of people will walk in and be like, thank you for smiling, like, and I'm like, hey. So, and someone I work with too said that I bring the happiness to the place, because he said that whenever I work, it always has like a happy feel to it, like morale's happier, like morale's up, and I'm like, oh, okay, So really there's nothing just to report with work. Then I came home and I talked to someone very special. Um, I'm kind of like getting used to this whole like video thing, and I'm really like embarrassed. And when I found out that he was watching it, I got like really embarrassed, like, oh my god, I can't believe he just watched me, you know. So I'm gonna embarrass him a little bit because I know he's gonna watch it. He's gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe she talked about me. So his name is VJ, and he's really awesome, and he's kind of like my long distance boyfriend. And I know people are like, oh, you either are or you aren't. So I guess he is, but because of the distance and everything, like, we told each other, like, if you find somebody locally, like, who wants to go out with you, like, don't just say no, like, take the opportunity and see, you know, what it's like. So I guess we kind of have an open relationship, but I really want to see him. Like, he lives in South Carolina. I live in Ohio. It's about, I don't remember what we said, like 8-9 hours, something like that, to drive. So I don't know, but he's already planning on taking like a vacation with me and to come here and visit me, and he's just really sweet. Like, it's just something that I guess I've been looking for, like somebody who really just truly cares about me and like really wants to be with me because of who I am, and not because, of how I look or because it's convenient. Sometimes I feel like some of my last few relationships were just because it was convenient. I was the best they could do at the time, and until something came along that was better, or they just got bored with me, whatever, that they left. And it's just really refreshing that somebody actually genuinely cares about me. And it's kind of weird when you're not used to it, I guess. But he's like super supportive, and he's super excited that I decided to do this video blog. So, we talked all night, and we've been talking all night for like a couple days now, and Oh no, he's really great. I'm gonna start crying. I'm like really emotional right now. But that was my day yesterday. So today, I didn't have to go to work till 5, so I had like all day to do whatever. And because I didn't have any homework due today, I kind of just took a lazy day. As you can kind of see behind me that way, I did kind of clean up my clothes a little bit. They're still like on this side. On this side, still can't get it right. Over on this side of the couch, there's still some clothes from what I haven't put away. But tomorrow will definitely be finish all the laundry, get some other cleaning done because it's my day off tomorrow. Maybe film a video before nighttime so that when the VJ does call me at night, I don't have to be like, no, you gotta call back later. Like, I lucked out today because he's talking to his friend who came over to his house to hang out for a little bit. So I kind of lucked out on that because I don't think he's texted me yet. No, he hasn't texted me yet. Just to ask, I told him text me before you call so that you know if I'm recording or not. But we actually talked all day today. He called me in the morning and we just spent the whole day just chilling with each other. You know, I was looking at what movies I could get from my Apple TV all day and watching Hot Shots Part Deuce. I love like 80s spoof movies like Airplane and Hot Shots and all the Naked Gun movies and things like that, and you know, all the Mel Brooks movies. So it's like really funny that that was on TV, so I got to watch that, which sparked a conversation about older movies. So if you guys would like, you could start a conversation down below about maybe what your favorite older movies are, and it can be from any time period. I don't care as long as it's not current movies. So let me know what your favorite movies are, so that if I haven't seen them, maybe I can take a look at them and see if maybe they become some of my favorite movies, and we can have like a little discussion going on, which would be cool. So you can either post that on this video, on the comments on this video, or you could go to my Facebook page, which is linked. I will try to link it below. I don't know if I did a good job at linking. I'm still getting used to Facebook, but I'll definitely put the address there, so if anything, you can just copy and paste the address into your URL box. But yeah, but you can also start a conversation on Facebook about it, so that would be really cool. And please like my page, like it'd be awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much all we did. Like, we just talked all day and just kind of, I relaxed a lot. One reason, like I said, I'm doing this is because I've been bottling a lot of stuff up inside, and over the last few days, last week, it spilled out into my personal and gaming life, and I raged at a lot of people who did not deserve at the time my anger. You know, yeah, sure, they do deserve my anger for some things because, you know, they obviously upset me at some point, but I lashed out at them at times that it wasn't appropriate and that they didn't need me to do that. So I kind of put myself in check and realized that, you know, I have an issue, a very bad anger issue, and I need to do something about it. So that's one reason for making the videos in the first place, and I kind of forgot where I was going with that. Anger. Oh, so, and I realized that probably 90% of my anger is actually stress. You know, I mean, I just got this promotion at work, and with the promotion, I went from like 2 to 3 days off a week to 1 day off a week, and I went from opening every day to closing every day, so it's kind of really hard adjustment for me. And even though the workload hasn't really changed too much, like, I'm feeling really stressed, and it has changed a little bit. I mean, my nighttime routine at work is completely different. You know, yeah, I do my job, whether it's cashing or line serving or whatever, but then at some point in the night, I get pulled from my position, and I'm in a management position where I have to walk around. You know, I have to make sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing, that things are stocked, that customers are happy. And then after a certain point, I got to pull myself into the office and do my paperwork, you know? So it's like, it doesn't feel like I've gotten a lot of extra work, but I definitely guess I have, because mentally I'm just really stressed out with the change, and I'm still getting used to it. I mean, it's only been like 2 weeks that I've been, maybe I think this is my 3rd week that I've been in this position, so it does take a little bit of adjusting to, and I do feel like I am adjusting to it now, so I don't feel as stressed out. And I think VJ has a little bit to do with that too, you know, because maybe I was feeling a little bit lonely, because back in December, about a week or 2 before Christmas, I broke up with my boyfriend of 6 months. And even though 6 months doesn't seem like a really long time, he was one of those people that in my life where I could see myself living with him for the rest of my life. You know, back in July, I went to go see him, and if I didn't have my daughter waiting for me back in Ohio, because he lived in Washington, D.C., you can't get the idea. I do a lot of long-distance relationships. But if I didn't have my daughter waiting for me in Ohio, I would have never went back home, because I would have just either transferred or quit my job, and I would have lived with him, because finding a job wouldn't have been a priority, because he can comfortably afford his apartment and, you know, all his bills. So, you know, I would only have to find some sort of part-time job to cover my portion of my bills, and, you know, my school's online. So it would have been easy for me to just say, I'm not coming back home and I'll get my stuff later, you know. Um, Sorry, I have ADD. um, but, you know, because I have my daughter waiting for me, I had to leave. And, you know, so he's one of those people that it's like, it really hurts me that we broke up, and I'm still, like, adjusting to it, because, I mean, I loved him, you know, and it sucks. So I guess a portion of that anger, too, is just the loneliness and the loss of that, and still trying to get over it, and I feel like I am now, you know, and that's really all I have to say about that. So yeah, nothing really exciting to report. This is probably the most boring thing you're ever going to watch on YouTube, and I'm sorry, guys. So I'm probably just going to wrap it up now, and oh, one thing that VJ didn't know about yesterday that I wanted to share with everybody as far as movies go is that one of our, not favorite movies, but one movie that we both really like is Zombieland. And I guess it was on TV last night, and we were talking about it. And I asked him if he knew about the Zombieland drinking game. And he said he didn't. And so I wanted to share with you guys the Zombieland drinking game. So, and one thing I'm going to do is I will actually post this drinking game. Like, I will actually, like, go in and post this separate, so that if you guys just want to come back to the video just for the Zombieland drinking game, like, you can just find it real easy, because it'll be its own video. So let me pull up. Okay. Here we go. Let me just pull this up, and I'll read to you the rules of the Zombieland drinking game. And just so you know, it's on my dual screen over here, so that's why I'm not looking at the camera anymore. So, Zombieland drinking game. Nut up or shut up. So, the basic game is you drink every time the sisters screw somebody over, every time Tallahassee does something badass, anytime there's a double tap, when anyone says Twinkie, when anyone says nut up or shut up, and when anyone says Zombieland. Also, there is a hardcore mode, which has all the previous rules, including when a rule is displayed, you take a drink, and anytime there's an extreme zombie close-up, you take a drink. So that's really cool. If you guys have like a group of friends over and you do the game, you know, let me know how much fun it was, because if it's really, really fun, I'm going to get my friends together and we'll do the game, and maybe even I'll record it and show you our drunken happiness. So that's that. That's everything. I hope you enjoyed this video, and you know, just remember to like my video, to subscribe to me, to go to my Facebook page and like that. And as always, have a very positive and happy day or night, whichever you're watching this. And I will see you back here tomorrow for number 3. All right. So thank you guys. Bye.